Hi there. Welcome back to the channel. I've been trying to get this message out. I've re-recorded this so many times. It's all about, the messages that are coming through are about appreciation, like appreciating yourself. And when you are, overgiving in one area, you start to feel a little bit depleted, and then you give more, and then it feels like you get back less. And sometimes we overcompensate and we give more in order to try to make up for whatever it is that you're feeling, the imbalance in that area. It's so important right now to actually give less to it. Because the thing that fills you, or the area that is needing that thing that you're trying to, you have this overabundance, there's this love inside of you, there is this aspect of you, there's this expression of you that it just feels so good to just be you and to give that when you're overflowing, or you're just wanting to be seen, for that to be seen. And sometimes you're seen in this one area and it feels good to for someone to see you. And so you give more because at some point it becomes this need to get that back again. Like then you start giving in order to receive. And then it becomes too much, and then you're asking for that. Could you see me again? Could you see me again? That felt really good. Could you see me again? Could you do that again? And it becomes more forced. There are other areas. It's like you need to be able to see yourself and give yourself that love. You're starting to be depleted, and it's like, hey, I need this, and it becomes too much of a draw in any one area of your life. It's time to step this way and just be like, I have all this love inside of me. There's this aspect of me, that feminine, that needs to be expressed. And overgiving in any one area is depleting you because it's not landing. It's not landing. It's hitting a brick wall. It's hitting a brick wall. And of course you don't get any feedback from the brick wall. This area over here needs that part of you. Needs that. So you got to fill yourself so that you can funnel that energy to the area it's supposed to go. And right now, you got to give to yourself. You have to appreciate yourself. You have to see your worth. And you need to surround yourself in an area or with people who can see you. At any one point, this person over here might not be able to see you. And you're like, hey, you saw me last week. Could you see me again? Because that felt really good. There are other people in other situations that are like just wanting to see you. And it's like you're not even there. You can't engage with them. You're not there. I'm just seeing, like, I give so much to my job, and I've been trying to figure out even more, like, how in my schedule can I give even more hours in order to make more money and to give my boss what she wants. And it makes me, and I'm very distracted by it, and I'm tired, and it's mentally overwhelming, and it has become this overload and this overgiving, and her seeing less of my contribution and like my value there and what it is that me as an individual contributes. And I am less and less and less present with my kids, less engaged with my kids. My kids are over here going, Mom, I want to see you. I want to see you. Like, they literally want me to be present with them. They want to see me. And I got nothing left to give in that area. So I just keep pushing for more appreciation over here. And the area that is wanting to see me over here, they're like appreciating me over here. And it's like, I can't see me over there. I can't see me because I'm not appreciating the mother in me. I'm not giving enough time to the mother in me, the feminine. And just, there is, when you feel in an area that you are unappreciated or being taken for granted, it is time to sit back and be like, okay, well, how can I give that to myself? How can I give myself that? How can I see myself? And so it's almost like you're needing a new mirror. You're needing a new mirror. I went out into the woods and I connected back in with this like nature spirit inside of me, this intuitive, this feminine part of me. And I went out and I appreciated nature. Nature, God, gave it back to me in full force. And I touch the trees while I'm out there. And I don't know, I just get this feedback. Nature like filled me back up again, and it like gave to me. It was just like such an amazing reflection. So you have to notice when you're feeling unappreciated in this area. It's like it's coming from a little bit of a place of lack. So you have to take the time for yourself to appreciate yourself. Giving too much in this area over here takes away from the time that I'm able to do this intuitive work. I'm trying so hard to make money over here and give all my time and give my energy over here. And it is mentally so draining because I haven't, and then I don't have any time left to do this intuitive work and allow myself to be in the energy of this. So I have to do that. Or I need to give to my kids. And what I'm needing right now, in order to be able to do all of that, to put myself in the place where it is received, where I like place it there and whoever needs it just comes and gets it. I need to sit and look at where that power is and appreciate that in myself and connect with the energies and people that have the space to see me. My friends. I just had a couple of people who super intuitive. I connect with every once in a while. They get back in touch with me, and it really helps us to get back to our core selves. Just texted me last night and saying these things about like me and my gifts, and it was so unexpected. And I was like, yeah, it feels really good to be in that energy. In the feminine. So I need to sit back and give myself the feminine energy, that nurturing, and appreciate who I am and how far I've come, and appreciate the work that I've done on myself. So I was looking back through my old videos, and I was just seeing how far I've come and all the work that I've been doing, all the shadow work that I've been doing, all the light work that I've been doing. I feel like we look in the shadow and we do this deep dive, and it gets to be too much sometimes. Sometimes we got to reel back and look at the light side of things and lighten things up a little bit too. Things feel heavy over here because I'm just giving so much of myself and I'm not getting it back. And it's like, let's just have some fun. Let's have fun again. Let's have fun. Appreciate and sit in your own energy and like you've built yourself up and you need to fill yourself and enjoy the fruits of your labor. If any one thing asks too much of you, or their energy is drawing so much of you, you'll end up a little bit drained. And so it's time to spread yourself out and give your energy in a more balanced way to all the areas of your life. Get that feedback from your friends. Get that feedback from your work, from a different kind of work. Get it from your passions, from your hobbies. It's time to spread your energy and your effort and your light in a more balanced way. And the best place for that to start is with yourself. So sit in the middle of how far you've come. Like sit here and appreciate and look back. And I'm seeing like 2 years ago, because this is like the specific example from my life in where I was looking. Sometimes we use the mirror of other people. And if you're appreciating or looking at this other person over here and seeing how far they've come or seeing, what's so amazing about them. And just remember that they're your mirror too. It's harder for me to see how far I've come. Someone said it to me the other day, like, I just appreciate all the work that you do on yourself. And it's impressive how far you've come. And I think sometimes I don't take the time to look at that part of it and how much work I've done, especially in the last 6 months. I just want to get further. I just want to keep going. I just want to grow more. And I just want to get through it. I just want to be free of whatever holds me back. And I don't recognize that I have cleared through a lot of things that have held me back. And I'm lit up sometimes. So we have to appreciate how far we've come. So 2 years ago, whatever, and I'm seeing something in the astrology too. So whatever was happening 2 years ago, it's almost like the cycle has come back around again for you to look at it differently, for you to see yourself differently. It could be that somebody from the past comes into your life and is meant to be a mirror for you. You can see how much they've changed. 1313 on my recording. And the ways that they've grown and changed. And I have someone that I just, even this morning, said I just appreciate so much how much you've grown, how far you've come. And I was thinking back to like 2 years ago. I'm seeing how far they've come and how much they've grown in the last 2 years. And I was like, it's meant to be a mirror for you too. Look at how far you've come too. I was looking back on this video to try to find this video from 2 years ago and the knowledge that was there and where I was mentally and energetically and emotionally, and how much more awareness I have of myself since then. And I was looking through all of my past videos, and it's like this timeline of me. Even just scrolling through my thumbnails on there, I look different. How much I've grown, how much I've matured spiritually. And I don't take enough time to connect with that. I feel like I've been a little bit disconnected from my spirit. And I got into nature the other day and I connected with where I find my source and spirituality, and that's in nature. And she spoke. It's like I was talking to God. I was listening to God through the birds and the rustling of the leaves and the sound of the water. And it was a spirit. There was no words. There was no, I didn't need to make sense of anything. It just, everything made so much sense. It was this communication from a spirit that just filled me. I had no explanation for it at all, except, oh, I need more of this. I felt just so refreshed and connected again. And I realized how disconnected I had been from this higher knowledge and this part of myself, this aspect of myself. And so I sent this text this morning and I said, sometimes we use somebody else as a mirror. It's easier to see it in someone else. And I was reading it back as if I was talking to myself. And it's funny because when I watch back my videos, it's like I'm talking to myself. There were so many things that were coming up in those videos that I had planted there for me now. And I was appreciating me. The message coming through me and the gift that I have to bring those through, really, at the end of the day, for me. And I was like appreciating myself and appreciating that message. I was like, oh God, thank you for doing that. Thank you for recording that. Thank you for posting it. So just taking the time to appreciate yourself. So what I said is I wanted to say how proud I am of the work you've done on yourself and how far you've come. It means a lot that you shared so much of it with me and that I get to watch you grow. And I really do appreciate that about this person. And God, I just feel so grateful to be a part of it and to get to witness it. And that they are one of my mirrors, right? I appreciate so much that they're a mirror for me right now. And it made me reel that back in and take that back into myself and just be like, you know what? I've grown so much too. And I read this back as if I was reading it to myself and speaking that to the me that recorded all of those videos. I'm speaking to myself too. I just wanted to say how proud I am of the work you've done on yourself and how far you've come. It really means a lot that you've shared so much of it with me and that I get to watch you grow. When was the last time you said that to yourself? Take those words and go say them in the mirror. Can you receive them the way that you can give them? I was so appreciative of, as I was scrolling back through those videos, I'd stop on one of them because something drew me in and I was like, oh, that's perfect for right now. That's exactly what I needed to hear. And I'm the one saying these things to myself. And I appreciated that I pushed through my own insecurities of putting the message out there. I struggle to post every single one of these videos. Is it going to be received? And instead of just trusting my intuition that it's put there for a reason, even if it's only for me 2 years later. I appreciate that version or that brave part of me that just did it anyway, that trusted herself, that trusted her intuition. I appreciate the feminine. The masculine in me too, that doer, that's just we got this. This is right. Let's do this. And actually does it and posts it. So giving that energy there, and that text that I sent this morning, there's nothing that I needed back from it. It was just seriously this moment of seeing this, really seeing this person and just wanting to say, I see you. It made me see me too. And I appreciate that there is that space that I can place that and not need anything back from it. Because I got what I needed. It was this realization. I appreciate this channel because I get to place those messages there as if they're for other people. But really, at the end of the day, I get to receive this energy that's flowing through too. And it's so important for me. At some point, I'm going to look back on this video and just be like, oh God, thank you for posting that. I really needed, I'm receiving this so much. Because I'm literally talking about myself, but I mean, this is for everyone. I'm like it's just like appreciating that gift that I have, getting back into my intuition and appreciating that there is a space for that you are the mirror. So I appreciate you, how far you've come. And again, I'm seeing 2 years. So in the last 2 years, something massive has shifted in you. And it's allowed me, like when I tune into that, it helps me grow. When we take the time to really see ourselves, and when we take the time to really see this other person, it's like you're growing in that moment. And see things that you've been missing in your life, things that you have not been connected with, you've been putting too much in this area over here, too much into your work. And you've been missing out on my kids that want to be engaged, that actually see me and appreciate when I am engaged with them. There's like literally these notes on my desk sitting in front of my face that I didn't even notice I had sitting here. These notes from my kids, and one of them from like one of my best friends who like took the time to appreciate me. Thank you for always being the friend my heart knew I needed. My world is better because of you. Dear Mom, I love how much you care for and about us. I love you so much. You truly are an inspiration. I can't put into words how much I love you. I couldn't have asked for a butter mom. She like drew butter. Man, like you gotta say these things to yourself too. Like I have been struggling with feeling like a bad mom. And I realized that I'm replaying these words that I received from someone who was in pain, someone who projected this energy onto me and called me a bad mom, said that I was a bad mom. And I tried to prove myself more and more and give more to prove that I am a good one. And there's no way that they would ever receive that from me. It was a waste. I needed to pour that energy into myself and like take the time to look at and appreciate my children. How do I appreciate that I'm an amazing mom? By taking the time to pour into my kids and to see them, to really see them and look at them and see myself in them. To take credit for the amazing things that they are. I've spent a lot of time in mom guilt, looking at the ways that they struggle right now and blaming myself for being the cause of that. And not taking enough time. And that's not an unhealthy thing to do, to take ownership for your contribution or the way that you projected or the way that you protected yourself or whatever. When I was in that place back then, I have grown so much since then. So when I sit in and berate myself for having contributed to the ways that they struggle and have taken my things out on them or whatever, and not giving myself enough credit for being aware of myself and working on and changing those aspects of myself, you stay stuck in that loop of like being that person being that person that eventually is going to project again and project again, making the changes that are necessary to not be in that shadow energy anymore, forgiving that, but moving forward and seeing the beauty in yourself too. When I take the time to, I don't need to prove myself over here. I don't need to prove that I'm a good mom. They don't know the experience of me as a mom. I'm not their mom. I don't need to be your mom. I need to be their mom. And the feedback that I get from my kids shows me the effect, where it is valued most, where the exchange is more pure. And when I take the time to notice and appreciate the things about my kids and the way that they've gotten so many of those things from me, I'm witnessing myself as an amazing mother. And I also feed my children with the appreciation that they need. When I don't take enough time to appreciate them, and by appreciate, it really just means being present with them and seeing them. Not trying to change who they are, not trying to fix who they are. They're amazing beings too because they sit in their emotions. Not trying to get them out of that, just sitting with it. You're so sad right now because, and you really wanted that thing because you put a lot of yourself into that and it means a lot to you. And your ability to love, oh my God, my kid's ability to love is just so, like, one of the most beautiful things about them. The way that they treat other people, the way they respect other people, the way that they give so much of themselves to other people, the way that they're good friends, the way that they pour into their work. They're just like amazing. I get compliments from other people sometimes about like how well behaved they are and how respectful they are and the way that they treat other people and the way they're considerate with their words. And I'm like, wish they would do that with me. Like, not taking the time to appreciate that that's an aspect of them that they are showing to other people. And if I didn't help them to be that, they wouldn't have those skills to be able to do that with other people. Recognizing that comes from me too. It comes from me as a mom. I'm doing a good job. I love that about them too. God, I love that about them. So I love this about this person I sent this text to. I love the openness. I love the desire to grow. I appreciate the desire to share that too, and like, look at what I've done. Their ability to be present, and I appreciate all those things about myself too. I appreciate how far I've come. I appreciate the aspect of me that struggles sometimes, that's anxious and insecure, and I appreciate her too. I appreciate her being able to say, I'm anxious sometimes. I feel scared sometimes. Because it's so brave to do that, to say that, even though someone could reject you and say, I don't want to have to deal with that. It's like needing to find the balance and take the time to yourself to appreciate yourself. And you fill yourself back up again, and then you know what? You go and you give it. Not because you need to receive it, but because you know you will receive it in the right areas. So if you're not receiving it back in this area, if you're overgiving, if you're giving too much, if you're feeling taken for granted, it's because you're giving too much in that one area, and you need to fill yourself back up. Fill yourself back up. You can't get everything from just one person or one situation or from your job or whatever. You get back by giving. It's like one of the most beautiful things about you. And so give to this area. And what you receive back is this glow. And it will feel natural that it comes back. So give your energy here, give it here, give it here, give it here. Give it to your friends, give it to your job, give it to your kids. Give it to yourself, give it to nature, give it to your dog, give it to your cat, give it to yourself. Come back around, give it to yourself. Come back around, give it to yourself. And you'll notice how much more open you are to receiving. Like, also receive whatever feedback it is that you're getting from there. How hard is it for you to receive when someone says, "You're so amazing, that man, you are such a good mom"? Sometimes you're resistant to receiving that thing. Because you don't say it enough to yourself. You don't know it. You don't really know it. Giving in the right areas with the right balance helps you to receive also. Doing it for the right reasons. For me, a lot of it is like giving in these videos. It just allows me a place to be me, to be this side of me, to be this intuitive side of me. It's like this sacred container for it. And I needed to dip back into it again. I needed to be there for myself. I needed to like feed myself. And I did it by like watching all of these different clips of these different videos. And I was like, oh yeah, I needed that. Oh yeah, I needed that. Oh yeah, I needed that. Thank you. People are your mirrors. So if you're feeling drained in a certain area, if you're not getting feedback, there's a different area that needs you right now. And that part of that area might be you. You need you. So take the time to appreciate how far you've come, how much you've grown, and the work that you've done. And you, man, give it to yourself. Sit in it. You know, sometimes the area that needs you is you, and you have to say no in a different area. You have to be able to say no over here because I need this for myself. I need to fill up. And the only, like, it doesn't matter how much you try to give me. I need to fill myself up. And it's the only way I can receive. Right? So say all of these things to yourself. Thank you for always being the friend my heart knew I needed. Be a friend to yourself. You're so awesome. It's all said right there. You truly are an inspiration. How do you inspire yourself? Don't take for granted the work that you've been doing. Don't take for granted that not everybody could do what you do. Not everybody could grow the way that you grow or look at themselves the way that you look at yourself. Not everyone could do that or is in that place. So appreciate you for you. Okay? That's what I got. Love you.